All right. Let's talk about this real quickly. When Will and I are gonna play Reanimal later, so I'm just gonna ask him, when do you want to play? When do you want to play? Okay, so I'm gonna just say before we watch this, two things can be true. Two things are true. Katherine Heigl was a victim of a deeply misogynistic culture in the film industry that labeled her as the worst thing you can be as a woman, which is difficult. Okay. Men, you can be pedophiles and abusers. It's fine. As a woman, if you are difficult, then game over. So that is true for what happened to Katherine Heigl and the way that she was blacklisted in the industry. But what is also true is that fuck Katherine Heigl for doing this. Going to this Mar-A-Lago dog rescue event. She lives in Utah. She went all the way to Mar-A-Lago, was hanging out with Lara Trump and Jeanine Pirro at Mar-A-Lago and is trying to say, well, it was for the dogs. Yeah, as if there's not animal rescue events that happen everywhere that are not at Mar-A-Lago, and as if like it's Mar-A-Lago with the MAGA women. I'm sorry, but those are I don't even trust that it was an event that they were really rescuing dogs. Is what I'm saying. That not only is it Mar-A-Lago where, girl, there are so many. You want to go participate in an animal rescue event? You don't have to go to Mar-A-Lago to do that. There are so many. There's so many nonprofits out there that would love to have a Katherine Heigl show up at their event, help bring a spotlight on them. But because it was also Mar-A-Lago MAGA event, and knowing knowing kind of just how animals don't really fare well in that world. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if this was truly an animal rescue event. And Katherine has defended her appearance at, are you ready for what this event was called? Are you ready? Wine, Women, and Shoes. Wine, Women, and Shoes. I told you weren't ready. You would never guess. Oh, it's an animal rescue event that's called Wine, Women, and Shoes. That makes sense. And what she said was, animals don't vote. The only room they don't like is the euthanasia room at a shelter. Also, Kristi Noem's house. That's a room that they don't like. Just the entirety of Kristi Noem's house, because we know what happens to dogs in Kristi Noem's house. And then she went on and said, they are completely at the mercy of us and they have no voice of their own. This event was about animal advocacy, an event called Wine, Women, and Shoes. Mind you, something that has always been deeply personal to me. Anyone who knows me knows that protecting animals is one of my greatest passions. My mother, Nancy, and I have spent years advocating for animals through the Jason Heigl Foundation. As a society, we should all come together to protect the voiceless and the innocent. This should not be a polarizing issue. See, here's the thing, Katherine. This is your first red carpet in 2 years. It's polarizing because it's MAGA, because it's Mar-A-Lago. And when celebrities do anything with Donald Trump world in this capacity, you are lending your credibility, you are lending your name to MAGA. That's why they invite you. And that's why it serves them for celebrities who are not who are not openly MAGA, who are not, John Voight and the one woman who shows up on the Grammys red carpet and wears the stupidest dress every year.
Been on a red carpet in 2 years. This was the Emmys in 2024. She has just been found on her first red carpet in 2 years.
Suffering
And if you're
Soul, thank you
wondering
for
where
this,
she is, if the
30
hair and
minutes.
outfit don't give it away, this is her first red carpet in 2 years at Mar-A-Lago.
Also, of course, it's that ugly ass pink carpet. Of course, because everything in this world is trash. Everything is trash. Harsh Apocalypse, thank you for the 15
was
months.
co-chaired by Laura Trump, and it was to benefit the Big Dog Rescue. And, they came up with a super creative name for it called Wine, Women, and Shoes. And something tells me that the only rescue dogs these women have ever engaged with were the ones that George Santos stole from those Amish people for $15,000 and passed off as rescue dogs, but were actually breeder dogs for his fake rescue. Anyway, I can't help but feel that her hairstylist knew where she was going and styled her hair this way as a small protest. It's very interesting that your first red carpet in 2 years is at Mar-A-Lago, and it's kind of like a statement. And I've always wondered if Katherine was treated unfairly on set, allegedly blacklisted unfairly, and maybe, she was just a woman in the workplace behaving in a way that a man could get away with. But all that goodwill is out the door. Why the heck are you at Mar-A-Lago, Katherine Heigl? Pretty much a shut-in for 2 years and not going to any red carpets. To make this her debut is quite the statement. I don't know. Maybe she's hoping MAGA will start making movies and she can get cast in them. Maybe like 27 bad dresses.
Animal rights activists who don't say anything about Palestinians or other human rights issues piss me off. Well, it's not just that. It's also that it's not just staying silent. It's being on the side that is advocating for even more genocide. This just is very much a thing that rich conservatives, rich MAGA people love to do, because throwing a fundraiser for animals, for dogs, well, doesn't everybody want to save the dogs? Don't we all care about animals? But they also use this to reputation wash. They use this to be like, no, we're good people. We're such good people. Some of the worst fucking people I know are ones who have these fancy fundraisers for animals. There are so many amazing rescues out there. There are so many people who have genuinely dedicated their lives to rescuing animals, rescuing dogs. You do not need to participate in this, Katherine Heigl, in order to do that, in order to be an animal advocate. And in fact, as I said, there are a lot of rescues out there that could really benefit from having a celebrity, which Katherine Heigl is, even though she doesn't act anymore, having a celebrity highlight their nonprofit, highlight their rescue. There's countless. Seriously doubt these people do anything for shelters. Small shelter owners and employees barely have time to sleep, so they definitely can't throw a ball. Oh God, she was responding to commenters. Oh no. No. In response, Heigl wrote, just curious, what do you do that really matters? Do you think comments on an Instagram post matter to animals who have had humans pour gasoline on them and set them on fire? Who've had humans vote conservative or liberal but have been left to starve and suffer? Seriously, I'm very curious what you truly think matters to the voiceless and innocent. Actions or just Instagram posturing? A different user also suggests that the 27 Dresses stars should support a different campaign. There's so many amazing rescues to align yourself with that aren't hosting events there, and so many ways to get involved that aren't putting on a dress and drinking cocktails masquerading as helping. How are you so sure about that? Have you been to any? Have you donated a significant part of your income to anything? Anything you claim to care so much about? Have you done anything more than comment on what someone else is doing or not doing to your standard? Just curious. Lord. I've said this before and I'll say it again. The mark of a civilized society is how you treat the voiceless and the innocent among us. Then how the fuck can you go to Mar-a-Lago and hang out with Lara Trump and Janine Pirro and other MAGA people who very much do not treat the voiceless and the innocent in any type of good way? Girl, I'm just so disappointed all the time. I mean, do I think this is the biggest story? No, but it's okay. I think with this, when I see something like this, I kind of am just reminded of the larger high profile celebrity world that in Trump's second administration have either openly aligned themselves with him, openly aligned themselves in saying like, yes, I'm conservative, yes, I'm MAGA, performed at his inauguration, performed at other events, gone to the White House, shaken his hand, helped to normalize. That's what it is, right? Help to normalize fascism. By doing this, you sanitize their reputations, you normalize this fascist administration and its collaborators, and there is a difference between 2016 and now. And that's crazy because things are worse. Like, things are worse. And on top of that, having more people in this world either stay silent or participate in some way. Trying to whitewash the Trump adjacent with charity causes. Oh boy. Yeah. Celebrity cowardice has never been more apparent than it is these days. And the way that so many of these people have really shown why you should never lionize celebrities, why you should never put them on a pedestal. And I know Katherine is like not a super relevant person anymore because she's no longer an actress. Her heyday was the 2000s, and then she was blacklisted. Like, this woman was a victim of a misogynistic culture. The fact that it's not immediately repellent to her is just disappointing. Yeah, I just kind of look around. I'm like, man, there's a lot of bad shit happening. There's a lot of bad shit that our government is doing domestically, is doing around the world. How they are maliciously acting in the global south, how they are starting wars and facilitating genocides in the Middle East, their own brand of domestic terrorism that is happening at our front door. I don't know. But goddamn, do we need more people to talk about Timothée Chalamet's comments on ballet and opera? It's infuriating, the pearl clutching when you get called out. And yeah, that's the other thing too, is because now everybody's online. Everyone's online, and a lot of people are sick and tired of this bullshit. They're sick and tired, and they have no patience for it. They have no understanding for it. So with these celebrities or public figures, it's like, no, you actually don't get to double down in the comments and expect then we will empathize with you, that we will understand. Ain't no way. Nope.